Hi there, it's Emma from Emma's Cards and Papercrafts. Today I'm going to be making a one sheet wonder stamped set of cards today. So we're going to be making a set of 4 cards using the Sparkling Snowflakes set. I'm going to be using these 3 today, and we're going to create our own background stamp design to create our cards. So these are quite simple stamping cards. The 3 ink colours we're going to be using is Balmy Blue, Boho Blue and Misty, Moonlight. So I've got some card bases already cut. I've got Misty, Moonlight and Boho Blue, and then the reason I've brought in the Balmy Blue is because we're going to be using the double stitched ribbon. So I'll just put the card bases to one side for now. We're going to trim down this piece of white cardstock to 28 by 20. You'll see why in a minute. You won't be able to see me cutting this because my desk is extremely small, which I'm sure you've heard me say before. Just give me 1 second. So you're only cutting off teeny tiny strips off each side. They could come in handy for doing sentiments, stamping on sometimes. So I never throw my strips away. They go in my little scraps folder. So there's our white background done. To make sure I've got everything out of the way, because otherwise I'll get things inky. I know what I'm like. So I'll bring in my inks. I'm going to use 1 snowflake with each ink. So for the darkest I'm going to use the smallest snowflake, and then the biggest one with the lightest, and build up the colours. So we're going to start with the light first. And just put my ink out of the way. We're going to use Stampin like a cross pattern. All over our cardstock. So they don't have to be the exact same, they don't have to be placed in a specific way. Just go with the flow. If they're all different, it makes the cards individual. You'll see why we've stamped in a cross pattern when we're done stamping, when we cut again. So we're going to use this colour next, and then just fill in some of the gaps. There we go. I think that's enough of those. And then onto the Misty Moonlight, when I can get it open. And I'm going to use the darkest colour to fill in the gaps. Make sure each card has a little bit of each colour. There we go. So kind of made, so we're going to leave basically the corner bits empty. Let's pop all of these out of the way now, so I don't accidentally put my hands in them. Now they're still inky, and now I've just completely moved everything. That's those out of the way. Let's just straighten this back up again so you can see. So that's what we've got now. We're now going to cut this. So we're going to cut this at 14 centimetres. So that's in half. And then each piece we're going to then cut at 10 centimetres. The other way. So then you've got a lovely stamped little edge on them. Let's cut this one as well. There we go. And you will notice I've put a lovely nice new blade on my cutter now. I've finally got my delivery. For those of you that watched my video last week, you'll have seen that I got a little collection of things from the winter catalogue, which is where this stamp set's from. So this is from the September to December catalogue, and it actually comes at, you can buy the stamp set by itself, or you can get it in a bundle with the snowflake punch. Next week's video I will be making something with the snowflake punch, so keep an eye out for that. So these now we're going to be sticking on our card bases. You can stick them whichever way around you want. You can have the Stampin' at the top, hold it by the side, whichever way you want it. I'm just going to score all of these, fold them. So just for the purpose of making this measurements easy, I did these card bases 21 by 14.5, I think. Yeah, 21 by 14.5, and then scored on the 21 side at 10.5, so it's the halfway mark to make those. Let's just glue these all down. Let's stick 3 to the side for the moment, where we glue the first one down. I love that Misty Moonlight's come back. It was actually one of the in colours the first year I joined Stampin' Up, and I love the colour, and I didn't want to see it go when the in colours for that 2 years retired, and then it came back, so I'm quite happy about that. So which way should we do this one? I'm going to do this card round this way actually. So we're going to have a mixture of landscape and portrait cards. Okay. Okay, that's the first one. So this one will be our other landscape one. Do one of each colour in landscape, and one of each colour in portrait. And I've just gone and put my fingers in the glue. I knew I'd do that at some point. Oh well, it's washable glue. Wipe it on the trousers. Shh, don't tell anybody. There's the second one. So I love how quickly the front of these cards come together. These ones we're going to do the portrait way, so we'll be putting the Stampin' in the bottom left corner. Okay. Last one. Way. And now the bit that I haven't planned all that well is we're now going to make some nice little labels for the front. Yeah, I might use circles actually. Let's use the 1 and 3. No, let's use a 2-inch circle punch. I think 2-inch will, yeah, nicely. So I'm going to find some scraps of white. Now that I've said that, I don't know if I have any scraps big enough. There seems to be something coming out from deep down there. That's big enough for at least a couple. And then all of my scraps have fallen out of my lovely little folder where they were oh so neatly put. So I've got a couple more bits here. If we punch out our circles first, just double check that it's big enough. There's one. And two. That's a repurposed piece of card because there's a tiny bit of stamping on the back. So can't get any more out of that one. So this one here. There's 3. And there's 4. So put that in there. You can tell I haven't used that punch yet. I decided to get all of the circle punches because it's just easier to punch things. So we are going to stamp 2 with a Boho Blue. Actually, no, let's stamp them all with the Balmy Blue so it matches the ribbon. So the good thing about stamping on circles is if you don't quite get it straight, you just turn it around slightly and then it is straight. So we're stamping winter greetings. So not specifically Christmas, but getting to that time of year. So next up we need to cut our ribbon. So try and decide what kind of length I want it. Really need to sharpen my scissors again. Because that is not cutting straight. My other pair of scissors have gone walkabout. Those lovely darling children again. That's going to have to make do. So we're going to pop the ribbon down just like so. And then we're going to put our... Let's go around the edge of the circles with some of the Misty Moonlight. So I'm just going to roll it through the ink, just so you get a darker edge around it. I'm going to do that for all of them. There we go. And then the last one. There we go. Just give those a second to dry. But I am going to have to find some new scissors because I do not like how that ribbon looks at all. I think it's about time I bought myself some new ones. Then I'm going to chain them to the desk so nobody can run off with them. It's a bit better. So just hold the ribbon down. I'm going to use a tiny bit of double-sided sticky tape. I need to make sure that this is smaller than my circle. No, it's not. Let's tear it a tiny bit smaller. Save that bit for later. No use in wasting it. So put the tape across there. I don't need to peel the backing paper off because it won't be sticking with that. And I didn't find any dimensionals ahead of time. Usually have loads around me, but today I don't. I can't find which drawer they're in. Found them. Well, I found some anyway. So I'm going to pop 4 on the back of each of my circles. There we go, like that. And then we're going to add some, I need some sparkle. Let's find some pearls. I'm going to use some of these pearl basic jewels. When I can get them out. And a pokey tool is there. So we're going to go with 3 as the magic number. There we go. I'm just going to repeat that for the other 3 cards. So let's cut another piece of ribbon. Really don't know where my other scissors have gone. At one point I had about 4 pairs in here. Now they're all gone. I think I cut that one a little bit big. But still. And tape right next to me. I'm going to cut the angles on the ribbon afterwards when I've got some better scissors, because otherwise you just keep hacking at it and it doesn't really work. What am I looking for? Dimensionals. My brain just suddenly went blank then. Excuse the noise in the background, the kids are home and I've had to try and record with the kids around, and it's not always the quietest in my house with 4 rugrats running around. If only I could get a couple of days off during the week, but it never works out like that. So there we go, there's number 2 done. And then number 3 and 4. Let's try cutting this bit a little bit shorter this time. I don't think it helps that my scissors are still a little bit sticky. That's the words I was trying to get out. It's been a long day at work today. And then it's, after this is uploaded, it's straight off to after school clubs. Life never stops. And I've gone and made that tape a little tiny bit too big. We can make it hidden. Or maybe we can peel it up a little bit. Yay, that edge isn't quite stuck down properly. That wasn't a good idea trying to cut it with already sticky scissors, was it? Right, that's made it a little bit shorter anyway. You won't see that because it'll be hidden underneath the circle. So let's get dimensionals again. I've just got to move those out of the way, haven't I? That's all hidden for that one. Put the gems on in a minute. This bit of ribbon. I'm not normally a huge ribbon person, so for me to actually have some ribbon is actually quite a surprise for me. I do have other ribbons in the house, but they're all ones that have either retired or, and I've gone and done that before I've stuck my ribbon down. Whew. There we go. And then winter greetings, let's bring those back in and stick on our gems. Hate it when they run away. It won't come off. Don't want a big one anyway, I've already done my big one. I wanted 2 little ones. Brain's not cooperating today. So there we go. All 4 cards. There we go. And in less than 20 minutes. So 5 minutes a card. Pretty simple, quick cards, I reckon. And they look great. So I'll be probably mass producing these for all of my work colleagues, and that's what they'll be getting this year, I think. Because it's nice, quick and easy and simple, and it looks pretty. And I love it. So look out. So yeah, I hope you'll come back next week and see my video with the coordinating snowflake punch. I look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.